and I think we've managed to capture that feel at that point. He's, you know, the inclusion of the helmet, not very human. It is a very brutal looking chap, unfortunately, and the controls are an idiot.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to.
So what we're going to do now is that we're at night. Steve's going to pick up one of the new weapons here, and we're going to fly over to location which will be familiar, but it's changed somewhat. And the idea here is we're just going to give you a quick sample of all of the new weapons in combat that we want to show.
Well, some of the new weapons.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
yes.
Sorry, you put me off there.
I do apologise.
All right, Steve. I'll get you later.
Would you will?
So we want to introduce. There's a lot to show here in a short space of time. This is a freak breach. There's many of these freak breaches are over the place. We've got a little bit of ceremony that opens up, and we're going to meet our new freak characters any moment now.
Hey.
So here's
Hey
a
guys.
Yeah.
One of
Now, Steve's just going to let them build up a bit at the moment, because it's really important to us to get the essence of fighting against lots of AI. The Crackdown really is about fighting against lots of people at the same time. So Steve's just going to go start with some hand-to-hand, I think. Basic hand-to-hand combat. So one of the criticisms of the first game was that the hand-to-hand combat was pretty repetitive and boring. It was just kick and kick and kick and kick, the same kick over and over again. Now we've added a nice fluid sort of combo system where you can take on crowds of people, punch, kick, in a sort of roundhouse, and do all of that, and it blends together really nicely. It's very simple to do. You know, it's just a nice little way of fighting against lots of people at the same time. So that's a nice kind of improvement that we've made there. But we've taken it further as well. We wanted to make the hand-to-hand combat system really physical. So
Yeah.
we always liked the fact that you could throw objects at people, but now we want to be able to use objects as actual weapons.
The great thing about the first game was that you could use numerous parts of the environment, from vehicle tyres, vehicles, people, park benches as weapons. We're really trying to again turn up the volume on that to increase another layer of combat. And as you can see here, I've got something nice.
Very big.
The lump of concrete with it. Oh, sorry.
So that's not just the only sort of prop-based weapon. In general, anything can be used as a weapon now. So, but we'll come on to even more ways of creating weapons later. So, speaking of the weapons, we'll show you.
Good shot.
So this is something called a UV shotgun. It's an energy-based weapon, and
There we go.
it has particular effectiveness against the freaks. So it kind of utterly blasts them away. But because it's a physical-based weapon, it works on pretty much anything. So the prop, again, you use the environment to your advantage and blast cars at people and things like that. Good shot. You've got it.
Oh, thanks very much. And again, I mean, in the multiplayer, I don't know for the chaps that had used it in multiplayer, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage to the agent, however it will stun them. So again, there is kind of varied use. We are trying to get quite a distinct difference between combat against the freaks and combat against the civilians, the cell. We're really trying to get two different personalities to match kind of daytime, nighttime. I mean, the idea is that you will be confronted with an entirely new feeling when dusk comes.
So, it's a really important aspect of the way we approach Crackdown is that we don't want to direct people to do very specific uses of things. We want to be able to create weapons that are like toys. People get to discover and find their own fun with them. So another thing that we wanted to add really is that the agent in Crackdown 1 never felt threatened. You were the most powerful person in Pacific City all of the time, and now we're trying to introduce the notion where you can no longer hide from the enemies on rooftops, and the freaks now come in and will chase you around rooftops. So the agent is actually no longer the most powerful thing in Pacific City. Some of the freaks are going to get way more excessive than just them running around and chasing you on the roofs. So you're no longer, we just wanted to create that balance there where it was the player felt like he had a driving force to progress and move on and have fun. So that's an idea of the nighttime combat. What we'll do now is we'll move on to the daytime mode, which is sort of more traditionally Crackdown, where we've got sort of mission-based objectives. If I just
Stick with it.
yeah.